Hi everyone, this is Darcy and today I'm going to do a deep dive into my 30 days NIRA Pro results. I'm going to zoom in on the changes I've seen. I'm going to talk about realistic expectations that you can expect to have in 30 days because as I mentioned in my previous videos, the full results is 90 days with the NIRA Pro because it is a laser that stimulates collagen production and that's how long it takes. But you should see some results in 30 days and I have seen it and I share with you guys on my last video. But I love your feedback and I got a lot of questions for you guys. So I decided to do this Q&A today for us to really deep dive, dissect my before and afters, go into each photo so I can tell you my experience, my changes. That way you guys can see if this is a device that matches your expectations. So you guys, if you got the NIRA Pro and you're using something to pay attention for the results at 30 days, but also want to let you know that I will continue using the NIRA Pro at least for 60 days and probably 90 days. I will see how my 60 days results for my next update for you guys will look. And then probably 90 days because I love doing this for you guys so you guys can see which kind of results you can get with this device because it is an expensive device and I appreciate you guys and I want to be able to test it so you can see what you can expect. And currently I'm only using the NIRA Pro, not using microcurrent, only for my demonstrations when I do other Zooms with you guys, other lives. But I'm continually using the NIRA Pro and I have seen more results since the 30-day video. So let's dig in, let's deep dive. We are live and if you are joining in right now, make sure at the end of the video to check the timestamps because it's going to be very comprehensive. I'm going to literally look at everything with a magnifying glass and you can share your comments with me and at the end we'll go to the Q&A. But I want to deep dive into this video, into my before and afters, and let's get started. If you're not familiar with the NIRA Pro, it is a home laser that is very gentle that helps with collagen production. And on that note, I have tons of videos about the NIRA and NIRA Pro with lots of before and afters because I have also used the NIRA Precision for a long time. So I'll leave my NIRA playlist on the description box below because this video again is a Q&A deep dive into my 30 days results. And also, let me start by showing you my photo that what I look like usually when I don't do any tools. And I want to start with that photo because I just turned 46 and I appreciate you guys' comments that I look younger, but it does take hard work, guys. And that's what I want to start the video so you guys can understand. Oh, sorry, I left my phone on, so sorry, it's far away. I cannot reach it, so I apologize for any buzzes that you can hear. So yeah, so I am 46. So I'm going to start showing my real photo of normally what I look like with no tools. So this is when I was stopping all my tools. You know, granted it's not horrible. I feel like we should be happy with the way we look at any age. And I truly have the mindset that aging gracefully is looking your best at any age. And I have a review channel, so I'm here to test things for you guys. But I want to start with that because I get a lot of comments about people saying, oh, they should show this device on older people and not in their 30s. I'm not in my 30s. I'm 46. I'm actually closer to 50s right now. But I work hard to really try devices so you guys can see which kind of results you can get without Botox or fillers because I don't have any of that. And I often sometimes stop my tools, which I'm human just like you. Sometimes life happens. And this is a photo from when I had stopped all my tools, microcurrent, radiofrequency, you name it, all my tools for a while. And that's why I think that was January of this year. And I started kind of going back into my channel, going back to testing tools and doing challenges for you guys. If you are following me on my channel, you have seen those. And every time I test a device, I do one at a time so I can see which kind of results you can get. So that was my baseline in January. That is not before the NIRA Pro, that is before any tools. Just want to point out that I do have hooded eyes, that usually this area here, as a 46 woman, gets crepey, gets saggy, and I do have all the issues that a lot of you guys have, which is pretty normal, but I want to start with that because I do get comments. You're 30, you don't have any problems. I do. Not that bad, but I want to point that out so you guys can see my pores are huge and, you know, things that bother me, but it's okay, it's normal, but that's why I'm testing those tools so you can address that. So I'm going to start with my baseline and let you guys know I'm 46, not 30. Thank you for you guys to say I look 30, which I don't think I do, but I appreciate it. So I'll start with that. And now I'm going to dip into the questions. One of the main questions that I get from the NIRA, specifically the NIRA Pro, is about the thyroid area. And I'll start with that question because I get that a lot from you guys and I listen to you. And I have asked NIRA, even before I did my NIRA Pro video, about the thyroid. If you're not familiar with the thyroid area, is this area here, your Adam's apple. And often you cannot use mostly beauty tools on it because you don't want to stimulate the thyroid area. And that usually applies for radio frequency, that applies for microcurrent, because they go really deep. So I did ask NIRA about that, if you can use it over the thyroid area when I first did my NIRA Pro video, and they said you could. And then I continue getting questions for you guys, so I double check and triple check because I want to make sure I give you the correct information. So usually you are correct. If you are concerned about the thyroid area, you should not use any tools there, but NIRA said you can use the NIRA Pro and NIRA Precision on it, and I'm going to show the email on that. I'm starting with that because that's a very important questions that I get from you guys, and then I'm going to jump into the dissecting my before and afters. So I'm just going to read this part because I feel like it explains really well, what the NIRA actually is doing. So the NIRA laser is absorbed just below the epidermis in the dermal layer of the skin with all its energy. This means the laser is very targeted in this area to build collagen and renew the skin. It also means that the laser energy does not go any deeper than the epidermis. And I mean, I'm kind of like rephrasing so you guys can understand. Does not impact any organs deeper than the skin. This means it is safe for treatment of the full neck and chest. And this also is a reminder that the NIRA is FDA cleared, so they also went through, a rigorous process of testing and waiting for all those clearances. So they say you can use in the thyroid area, but again, it's up to you. Make sure with any devices you consult with your doctor. But since the NIRA only affects the epidermis, and that's why it works for a lot of times with the wrinkles, which we'll talk about it today, and it's okay for the thyroid. So I want to start with that question because I know you guys have that asked me multiple times, and I have answered in the comments, but I want to make sure it's on this video to address your concerns. And feel free to ask any more questions if you like about that as well. So now let's deep dive into my before and after. So it's been 30 days, now it's a little over 30 days, that I started using the NIRA Pro. I was using I started at 5 times a week on level 1, and that is also something to keep in mind. I've been using the NIRA Pro on level 1 for that whole month. I did not raise the level. You can go up to level 5, but I stayed on level 1 to also see which kind of results I can get on level 1. Now for the second month, I'll probably raise to level 2 or 3 to see if it improves the results or any changes. But even though my changes were subtle, I will go over and zoom in because I do feel like, since you saw my photo from the January, I do feel like my skin is looking actually pretty good from testing devices. And I feel like the results, probably would have been more dramatic if I had a lot more to work on. But I still saw results. And one of the main ones, which I mentioned on my previous video, is with the crow's feet. I feel like it has really, even though it doesn't affect the muscle, I feel like it's really helping with the crow's feet. And I've noticed that on photos, which I'll show that today, when I smile, and also on the way my face feels and moves. And also I do feel like with the texture, it's a little hot today, so I'm a little red, but on the before and afters, you see that my skin does look a little brighter. And I find that it's even helping with this scar here. And even touching the scar, I feel like it's getting more flattened. It's a scar that I have here from acne that is often a raised scar, so it has been helping with that. So yeah, so that is just an overview. I'm going to start with the video of my before and after that I shared on my last NIRA Pro 30 days updates, because I do feel like with that video, it's really good to pay attention to the way my face moves, how I smile, and how the actual skin looks. And that is the 30 days video. I'm going to start with that, and then we're going to go into more close-ups and more conversation about it. So on this video here, okay, so on this one, what I'm talking about is to look at, first of all, these smile lines and also the crepiness on the side of my cheeks. So as you can see, that's what I'm talking about. And I know it's hard sometimes to see on the actual video. If you're watching on your cell phone, it's really hard to zoom in. So I think this video is really important to kind of complement the video I did before, which show all these photos. All the photos I'm showing, I showed before, but I think zooming in is easier to understand what I'm talking about and to see the changes you can expect yourself. So you can see there's a lot more crepiness. The smile lines are a lot more pronounced and longer. And also my cheeks, the texture of my cheeks and also the brightness of my cheeks look better compared to these. Okay, granted, this is a video frame. I mentioned before, I'm going to go show the stills as well. But you can see the smile lines are less pronounced. They are a lot deeper and more crepey, almost like the skin was a lot thinner. So that is that. Let me show you the other still from the video, because I do feel like the video really shows really good, especially when you're considering, oh, sorry, forgot to put the, I'm having some technical difficulties here today, so don't mind, I'm underneath here. I'm here. Sorry, that was a little technical difficult there. But anyways, just pay attention to this photo here, which I will go over that photo and zoom in so you guys can see that one as well. And I'm doing this because I mentioned to you guys a couple of times to go into the certain part of the video, but then you guys couldn't see it. Because I'd also feel like make sure you look at my videos on HD quality, especially since I mentioned I think my skin is looking pretty good considering, how it used to be. So sometimes it's not easy to understand all the changes if you're not looking at HD quality. So again, this is another angle with another photo to compare, and I'm going to go into the other slides as well. Again, you can see I'm smiling, and my smile lines are a lot more pronounced on this part here. Again, the same thing with the cheeks. The texture of the cheeks is a lot more, there's a lot more texture on the cheeks compared to this one. And you can also see the smile lines are less long and less pronounced, and I'm smiling as much. So yeah, that's one. That's what I want to point it out on this photo. Texture and also the depth of my crow's feet, which I have been using the NIRA Pro there. On this photo here, oh geez, I forgot to put the, let me see if I can fix this now because it's bothering me. Sorry guys. Anyway, so please disregard that I'm on below. I'm trying to fix this. Sorry, we are live and I put so many slides. I hope that I didn't mess this up for you guys. I'm sorry. Oopsie. Okay, technical difficulties right now. Center back. There, oh, too much to the back. I'm gonna, oh. Sorry guys, I use this program and they recently updated and I noticed there's been a lot of little, what do you call? I'm trying to get this out. Let me see if I go this. Sorry, bring to front. Center back. Sorry guys. Okay, just disregard me here. There we go. Sorry, that's how it should look like, so that way you guys can pay attention to what I'm saying. So sorry about that. So let me go back there. Hopefully the other ones, I don't have that in the background. So let me go back there because that's my other side of my face. And yes, again, same thing, I wanted to bring it up. See how the smile lines, especially there, again, the crepiness of the side. And again, this is a video, so it's going to have a different, quality than the photos I'm going to show you. But I want to bring that up for sure because I do notice the video, the way my face moves has a lot of, definitely shows some changes. And also my scar on my nose here, I definitely notice is an acne scar, the redness, which is kind of like an acne scar slash broken capillaries, has also been improved. So here, pay attention to the depth of the smile lines on the sides here. And now let's look at this one, which again seems less pronounced, and also the brightness, and also, well, I have a better photo of the side of my nose, but it's less red. So that's that. So now let's go into the actual photos. Just ignore the background, I'm there. So yeah, so this is one of the photos I showed you guys. And again, I'm not a professional photographer, so I try my best to match the lighting, match everything. But of course, when you look at this in your phone, it can be sometimes hard to see. So let me see if I have that photo here. Oh, I hope I downloaded that one. Anyway, so let me talk about this photo in particular. And then one of the things I wanted to pay attention because for some reason, I don't have that slide. So yeah, so I think if you look at this photo, one thing I wanted to pay attention, first of all, is Let me bring this up like that. I do feel like there's more fullness to my face. Do you see that? There's just more plumpiness, and I do feel like my face just looks in general more plump, and the skin looks thicker. But again, it's going to get better with more time, but that is one of the first things I observed. Another thing I've noticed is with my eye area. I feel like my eye hoods, which we're going to go into more details, are more plump as well. The actual skin, which we're going to go over right now. And also, guys, I want you to pay attention here, which I have the zooming photo here for you guys in here. With my 11s, I do feel like my 11s have been smoothed out a tiny bit. Again, it's only been a month, so I feel like the results will get better, which will continue to update you guys. So you can see here, my 11s, right here. See how much deeper they were? And compared to right now. So the line, I mean, I do have more of a 1 than an 11, but you can see there's more like almost like a scar in a way, and it's a little smoother out for sure. So that is one of the things I've noticed overall with my frontal photo, which you may not be able to see that when I put it in the first time on the video last time without zooming in. So yeah, so pay attention to the 11. And overall, my face just looked fuller, more plump in general. Like the actual skin looks more plump compared to what it was before. And I do feel like the fine lines do look a little softened, but mostly I feel the difference in person and also with my crow's feet. So let's go to this photo, which I talked about again, the 11s. You can see, hopefully you can see, there's a lot thicker, the depth, and now it's a lot smoother. So now let's go to the actual eye, which I want to point it out. And again, you can only see this when you isolate the photo because there you go here, that's the eye, this eye. So on this, I want you to pay attention to my before photo. You can see my eyes looking pretty good because I have been using the NIRA Precision on my eye area for a while compared to the photo I showed you before where my eyes are a lot more hooded. But you still can see, especially on this corner here, see how there's a little bit of sagginess there. The actual texture of the skin is looking firmer than it was before. Let me just show the before really quick so you guys can kind of see a context. So see how the before was a lot more hooded and the skin was a lot like more thin. So that is what I want you guys to pay attention. So again, so that is what I feel. So now after, you can see how that corner is a lot more lifted. The actual crepiness of that more lifted. And the skin itself looks more plump, like the actual part of the hood, it looks more plump than it was before. Here looks thinner, and here I feel like it's looking thicker and more plump. So that's what I wanted to pay attention there. And in general, the fine lines, I feel like they have been smoothed out. They're not gone. They're there. It's been a month. And I do feel like fine lines, again, they also are from facial movement. So you have to keep that in mind too. They will get smoothed out, but you will continue doing the movements. So you may still have some fine lines, but they definitely get smoothed out. But what I really see the change, and I have been using the NIRA Pro on my eye hoods now instead of the Precision, just to test for you guys. I definitely feel like it has made a difference. So let's go to the other side of the eye. Here, let me zoom this out here, put this here. So you can see here's the other eye. Let's go zoom in there. Which one's that? This one. Okay, same thing. You can see, I mean, I had a little acne scar there. I mean, that's gone. That is acne scar. It wasn't the NIRA that made it go away. It was just an acne scar that looked like a beauty mark, but it's not. Again, same thing. You can see the eye hoods. They're definitely more open, a lot better than they were before, which I showed you before when I don't do the NIRA. And so far, the NIRA is the only thing that helps my eye hoods. So before, this is sort of the result of the NIRA Precision. The improvement that you see here was the NIRA Precision. But then I've been using the NIRA Pro, which I feel like it does cover a bigger area. And you can clearly see how the skin just looks thicker and more open. Even though I'm not using microcurrent on a consistent base, there is also a lift. Can you see the lift? There's a little bit of a lift since the skin is more plump and thicker. So those are the things I want you to pay attention. Compare here to here. And even on the photo itself, you can see there's a little bit of a lift because the skin now is plumper and thicker. So now let's go on the side photos. I will show my lower face as well. This is just so we're going over every single part that I promised I would for you guys. So this is the side eye, this eye here. So what I want you to pay attention here, again, sorry, is a little blurry because I have to zoom out a lot and I'm taking with my phone. But even though it's taken with my phone, you can still see the plumpiness that I'm talking about on the actual, on this area here. On this area here and the actual, even on the under eye and this area here. So I want you to pay attention to that, this one. There's more plumpiness. It looks more, almost like say skinnier. It's not skinnier, but you can see that my eyelids looks thicker. I think that's the word. I think the NIRA makes the skin thicker and plumper. So you can definitely see here, even though the change is subtle, I want you to pay attention how my eyes almost look more frail and then now more plumped. And that is the, let me go and zoom in for you guys so you guys can see. And I'm also going to show the other side of the eye as well. See, this part here looks almost like curved and less volume. I think that's the word. And here there's more volume and more plumpness. And I've been using the NIRA Pro on my eye area, so you can use on the eye area. But I do see that I had a lot of great results with the precision compared to what it was before. So let's see it on the other side of the eye here. So you guys can see. And let me go find that spot there. I think there we go. See, again, feel like the skin is just less plump and thinner compared to now. There's more plumpiness and more, almost like more volume, but the volume that I'm talking about is not filler, is just the actual collagen being produced. So that is like one of the changes I see. Again, it's only been 30 days, so it is subtle. Now let's talk about the other parts of my face. And this one, what I wanted to mention, in general, as I talked about it before, I feel like there's just more plumpiness in general of the skin. And so that one, I wanted to pay attention to that, like compare. Again, very subtle changes, but there's just more plumpiness. I don't mean like I gain weight, I still with the same weight. I just feel like the collagen and the quality of the skin just looks more plump. That's why I want to point it out for my lower jawline, for my lower part of my face. And I feel like the lower part of my face is looking pretty good in general. I mean, I do feel like it's looking a lot, pretty good. So I feel like if you had more sagginess or more of nasolabial folds, you probably would see more of a dramatic results. But overall, I just see more plumpiness, and that's why I want to point it out. For the jawline, guys, I have to be honest. I do feel like I see some change, but not super dramatic. I do feel like if you look at the before photo here, the before is on the top, okay? And the after is on the bottom. For the jawline is the least change I saw, but again, it's only been a month. And the jawline, which I wanted to point it out, is not just collagen, guys. Jawline also has to do with muscle and also, bone loss, fat pad loss, and it is something to keep in mind. The NIRA by itself will not lift the whole jawline. It will help your skin quality. It will make the jaw more thick. It could definitely contour a little bit, which you can see there's a little bit of change here compared to before, but it's not going to define the jawline as a microcurrent will do or EMS. So here I definitely want to point it out. You have to have the realistic expectations. Sometimes you have to combine tools. Right now I'm only using the NIRA to show you guys which kind of results you can get. And this is the 30 days and definitely not much results there for jawline. And I'm going to show you now my results when I was using EMS for my jawline, which, yeah, I put the video in the description box below. This is 2 months results when I'm using the Medicube EMS Derma Shot. So far, guys, you guys know I'm a very honest channel. That is the best device for me, for my jawline, even better than microcurrent, but for the jawline. Because as you can see, my jawline was snatched when I was using that device, which I haven't been using. So you can definitely see my jawline has gone away. I actually never had a jawline, to be honest. So I think I mentioned on my EMS video that I was so thrilled because you can see here, it's ridiculous how EMS really works for the bigger muscle groups. Definitely for jawline, if your concern is jawline and to lower of the lower face, the NIRA can improve the quality of the skin, the collagen, but the muscle, you have to be realistic that you will need to use either microcurrent or EMS to really carve that area. And that is my true, honest opinion. There's just so much the NIRA can do. As far as the neck and décolletage, I did see some changes. And I have to be honest, I have been going to the sun a lot. So I haven't used as much as I wanted to because my skin, you can even see from the photo, looks a little sunburned. And I will have a zoom in here. And even this week, I've been slacking off. I'm not using. So I did feel, here. So one of the results I saw more were when my chest wrinkles. You can see they look smoother when I was using consistently. But this week I kind of slack off, so I feel like they're not as smooth today. But when I was using consistently, definitely smooth it out. As far as the neck, I do see slight change on my necklines, but again, it is all about looking at your phone. Muscle is also involved, so you have to be realistic. It's going to help for sure soften those lines, but it's not going to make them go away, guys, unless you stop looking down on your phone and also incorporate collagen and microcurrent for necklace lines, for the necklines. That is the reality. So I do see a slight change. I'll continue using, but I definitely also feel a little more firmness. Let me go back here on this actual area here, which I've noticed as I'm 46 now. It becomes a lot more saggy, but I do feel some firmness here. But it's not, the NIRA Pro is not going to take away your double chin. It's just going to make it firm. It doesn't affect anything of the fat layer. So I do feel like I have a mix of double chin and, the actual, sagginess that comes with age. But I do feel like it has helped. It's only been a month. I'll continue updating you guys. But that is so far what I've, experienced from using it. But I have been kind of slacking off. I have to be honest. I went to the, to the swimming pool this weekend. You can see how I'm actually burned. So I'm avoiding to use, because since I had sunburn this week, I'm avoiding to use a little bit on this area. So those are the things I want you guys to pay attention. I also highly suggest you go check out the NIRA website because it does contain some great photos, guys, that you guys can see from different ages, from different skin tones. And it shows the 90 results, which I'll show some here. You can do the slide. And that is one of the things I like about the NIRA Pro is that you can use with any skin color, any skin type, people with rosacea, which a lot of times you cannot with radio frequency, which is also another device that stimulates collagen production. So I feel like if you have like a darker skin tone, the NIRA laser is really great because it works for you without creating hyperpigmentation. And again, it has to do with going into the part of the skin that doesn't, that stimulate collagen without creating too much heat that will create hyperpigmentation. So this is a great site to go to the NIRA Pro site and look at their before and afters. And customers also have put really good before and afters on the comments. So take a look at that too. Look, guys, look at before and afters. See if those are the results that would work for you, because it is an expensive device, and that's why I test it for you guys. I try to answer all your questions because you want to know if this is something that's going to work for your expectations. So see, this is 90 days results, and I do feel like a lot of these results here are similar to what I've experienced, like the skin quality that just get better, and the depth of the crow's feet, as you can see this lady here, are better. I feel that already, because again, it is plumping the under eyes, plumping your whole face. So the collagen really helps soften, but it doesn't make the crow's feet go away because it's not gonna do anything to the muscle. For that, type of wrinkle, you gotta incorporate microcurrent. So right now I'm also just using the NIRA, so not using microcurrent. But you can see here, this lady, you can definitely see the volume and the collagen, what the collagen did to her skin. See here before, this is 90 days results, guys, not 30 days. Want to clarify that. That's when you're really going to see the most results. So you can see this lady here, definitely you can see the skin brightness, but the plumpiness, the thickness of the skin, that's the type of results that you can expect with the NIRA. But if you're concerned about crow's feet and, you know, different things, you may have to combine with other tools, and that is the reality. Let me look at this lady here. She had very deep lines on the side here, which her lines have softened but not go away. Again, I would suggest for her definitely some microcurrent would improve the results, but again, all these before and afters are from people just using the NIRA. And as you can see, as you get older, you will need to combine some modalities, combine some tools, which I know a lot of you guys do have microcurrent, so it is amazing to use with the NIRA because it will help address those fine lines or deep lines to relax them. Because there's just so much you can do, guys, without having to literally affect, like paralyze the muscle, which I don't have Botox. But you can also see with all these photos, there's a lot of brightness on their skin with the, you know, actual like redness and just skin quality. I definitely feel like adding collagen definitely improves. And also the dark circles you can see here with this lady. She just looks more rested. And again, there's different age groups. You can go into the NIRA site. And as you get older, I've noticed with tools, the more things you have to address, you will see definitely better results as you have more needs. Look at this lady here. Beautiful results. Her lines are a lot more softened. Her skin just looks more fresh. But she doesn't look 25. She looks beautiful at her age. And that is also something to keep in mind. It's just going to help you look more beautiful at your age, but it's not going to make nobody look 25. And that is something to really be aware when you use any skincare tools. There's no miracles. You have to have realistic expectations. The purpose of this tool and any skin tool really is to just make you look your best at any age. It's going to make you look more rested. It's going to help your fine lines, but you're still going to look like you, and you're still going to look your age, but maybe like a better version of your age. And it does require you to be committed. You can use this every single day or at least 5 times a week, once a day. Some people can use twice. I mean, if you're very committed, you can use twice a day. If you do use twice a day, make sure you extra moisturize because it can be drying, which I have talked about it you know, many times. And I will address the questions on the chat really soon. I just want to wrap it up to kind of give you a true honest opinion of this tool. I like it so far. I feel like I've seen results, even though I know with my before and afters they may look subtle, but it is only 30 days. With 90 days, you see a lot more. I will come back with 60 days results for sure and do exactly what I'm doing today, dissect my photos, because I definitely want you guys to see if this is something that will work for you, you know, because it's okay if it doesn't either. There's so many tools, you have to find one that works for your needs, and that is so important. Something you're going to use. And I like that this is quick, which I will address the question on the chat right now. It is quick, and the results definitely happen. So you can see my skin right now. I do feel like my skin is looking better than when I did the 30 days video, but I didn't take any new photos. I will continue using the NIRA and update you guys. But I've been in the sun lately, so that is also, you know, I, you know, definitely looks a little more red from being in the swimming pool this weekend, but I do feel my skin in person is looking better. So that is my true honest opinion. And I'm doing this video too for you guys because NIRA is going to have their anniversary sale that you can save 20% on all the NIRA, even the NIRA Pro. So if this is something that you guys are looking into, is a great opportunity to save on the NIRA Pro and Precision. If you use my code, you can save on the NIRA Pro. The general sale only includes the Precision. So I'll leave all that information on the description box below, the dates and my coupon code and affiliate link, so you can save some money if that interests you, if this is something that you think you would use and would work for you. So make sure to check my affiliate links on the description box below. Now I'm going into the Q&A, and I do have to leave soon. The video ran a little late to pick up my son, but I wanted to come here live because I got so many questions for you guys, and I love your feedback and I want to address them and tell you that I truly see results. Again, very subtle for only being 30 days, but I do see some results. So that is my honest opinion. But I also have many devices, you know, before and afters on my channel that use different technologies. So we'll look at the other before and afters too and see which one matches what you're looking for your skin. And that is my honest opinion. So thank you so much for watching. I love you all so much. I hope you're healthy and safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye. And let's go into the chat really quick to answer some of your questions. And if I go out of, you know, if you catch this video and I'm already not live, make sure you put it in the description box below because I want to address all your questions so you can see if this is something that would work for you. Oh, let me see. Hi, keep on moving. Good to see you. Thanks so much for being here. Um, Iris 85. I bought it, but no way I can do my whole face in 3 minutes. Advertise. It takes me like 10 minutes daily. It depends. It will take for sure 3 minutes for your face. But if you add your neck, your décolletage, your hands, it does add time. I actually did a video like with no, I posted for a subscriber a complete NIRA, tutorial that I did, and I finished like everything, even my hands, I think in 10 minutes. So watch the video, Iris. I'll put that video on the description box so you guys can. The video is only me doing the NIRA Pro, not talking, just doing the whole thing, neck, face, neck, décolletage, and I think I even do my hands. I can't remember. But a subscriber asked exactly too, because it's like, I don't think I can do the whole face, in 3 minutes. And he was taking too long on his face, I think. So I put the video for him. So I didn't put the video as like public because I'm not, talking about the NIRA. I'm not explaining anything. It's just the full tutorial. But if you guys want to check that out and do it with me, you're welcome to use that video and do your tutorial with me to time it and see if your NIRA, your actual, if oh my god, I'm so sorry. I haven't eaten anything today, so my brain is a little glitching. So you can do the video with me if you have your NIRA Pro, and then compare to see if you are using the same areas, if the same time that you use. Because if it's taking too long for you to do the tutorial, maybe something's wrong with your device, because it should not take you more than 3 minutes for the face. But yeah, for the neck, it will be 10. They say 3 minutes for the whole face, which is pretty fast. I have other devices like radio frequency that takes half an hour just for the face, or 7 minutes for the whole face. So, I mean, the other one is 7 minutes face and neck. But again, like, depends on the device that you're using, is going to be different times. But another thing to mention is radio frequency devices you cannot use on the thyroid area, and you cannot use on your eye area. So that is another difference I want to mention about radio frequency and the NIRA, because I get that question a lot. Is something to keep in mind too. Radio frequency you cannot use on this area and on the thyroid. The NIRA you can use on the eye and thyroid. So with radio frequency device is a half an hour, not even including the thyroid and the area, so it's still pretty quick. But I understand. So I will leave that video once I'm done with the live on the description box below, Aris85, and do it with me and see if the treatment matches your treatment, because it should be basically 10 minutes if you do face and neck, 3 minutes if you just do your face, which I have been doing mostly my face lately because I was really sunburned on this area lately. So I will incorporate more into my neck and décolletage, but it takes 3 minutes if you only do your face. So hopefully I answer your question. On the advertisement, they say 3 minutes for the face, but obviously if you had your hands and décolletage and neck, it will add time. I think it is 10 minutes total if you use the neck and décolletage. But watch my full tutorial, and I'll leave that in the description box below. Keep in mind that is just a tutorial. I'm not talking about what the NIRA is. I'm not giving any tips. I'm just doing in real time. It was actually part of my NIRA Pro video, but I didn't include it like the whole thing. I fast forward on the original video, otherwise it would be too long. But per request, a subscriber really wanted to see the whole thing with no cuts, so I put that video for him, and I will put the link for you guys. But just keep in mind, it's just the whole tutorial with not talking, no music, nothing. It could be a little boring if you're not doing with me. So I'll definitely put that video there for you. You're welcome. Yeah, I'll put that there, and then do it with me, and then see if it is matching your treatment time, because it should be no more than 3 minutes for the face, and 10 minutes if you include the neck and décolletage. So I hope I addressed your questions. And so guys, so that's why I came here today, to kind of address all the questions that I've been getting. I do have to go now because I have to pick up my son. But if you guys have any other questions, please make sure to put on the description, on the comments, and I'll come back and answer. Or if there's a lot of questions, I can address in a future video like I'm doing today. And hope you guys, please comment below. Let me know your feedback if you guys saw the results I'm seeing, because I know it can be a little tricky unless you really zoom in And make sure when you watch my before and after videos to watch in full HD or possibly on your computer so you can also dissect with you. But of course, I agree with you guys. Last video, it was a little harder to see when you're just looking at the whole thing on your phone. So hopefully this video was helpful to you. So please let me know below if you guys have any other questions, and also let me know your feedback. And don't miss out the NIRA Pro sale. If you're interested in this device, it's a really good deal for 20% off. But obviously, make sure it is something that works for you. And that's why I'm doing this video, so you guys can really see the results you can expect and see if it matches what you want with your skin. Because I get so many questions, which I'm a little behind the comments. I will get there, guys. I get a lot of questions like, should I buy this device or this device? Ultimately is what you need. Like I mentioned on this video, I'm just going to say one more thing, then I'll go. For the jawline, you have to be realistic. This part here, you need microcurrent. There's no, the NIRA will help the skin quality. The plumpness may help a little bit to firm. I mean, it will firm, but the muscle is what makes this area so saggy, and, you know, the jowling, so that you also to keep in mind that sometimes only one tool will not do the trick, so you may have to combine, which brings me to a point that I will be doing a video soon about what devices you can combine with the NIRA Pro for even better results. Also keep an eye on my channel for that. Thank you so much, guys. Hi Carla, good to see you here. Thank you so much. And also, guys, make sure, she's saying great results. Thank you for seeing the results, and I'm hoping that this video zooming in makes a little more clear which kind of results I got. But for sure, check out my previous videos, my previous video, when I actually go into very much detail of my experience and tips on how to get the best results with the NIRA Pro. This is just a Q&A deep dive into the questions of that video, but that video also has great information and very important tips so you can follow and, you know, check out. If you decide to get this device, it will be very, very helpful to get even better results. So thank you so much, guys. Love you all so much. I hope you're healthy and safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.